So today we are going to learn how to write linear equations from graphs, tables, and situations. This is going to be pretty straightforward as we are going to be using slope-intercept form. We will recall that slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. X and y are coordinates of ordered pairs on the line, right? Every point has an x coordinate and a y coordinate. The m is the slope, or if we're looking at a context problem or a word problem, it's the rate of change. And B is the y-intercept. That's where we cross the y-axis. Or if we're looking at a context problem, it is the initial value. Okay, so some of these are going to be as straightforward as this. Write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form that has a slope of 2, so that's m, and a y-intercept of -4. That's b. So they gave me m, they gave me b. I say y equals 2x minus 4. All right, you try the next one. Write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form that has a slope of -1/2 and a y-intercept of 5. Okay, you should have gotten y equals -1/2 x plus 5. Let's look at a situation. Caleb deposits $400 into a bank account. He gets paid $100 a week. Write an equation in slope-intercept form to represent his balance, y, that will be your dependent variable, after any number of weeks. That will be x, or your independent variable. So we're looking for m and b. Well, he gets paid $100 a week. That's $100 per week, right? So that's our clue that that is the rate of change. That's M. And he deposited $400 into that account. So that's his initial value. That's B. So we would say Y equals 100x. That's $100 per week plus the $400 he started with. So Y equals 100x plus 400. Okay, a bathtub contains 20 gallons of water and begins to drain at a rate of 4 gallons every 3 minutes. Write an equation in slope-intercept form to represent the amount of water in the bathtub after any number of minutes. So I want you to try this one on your own, find the rate of change, find the initial value, write your equation in slope-intercept form. Okay, so the bathtub contained 20 gallons. That's our initial value, our y-intercept plus 20. It's draining, so our rate of change is negative at a rate of 4 gallons every 3 minutes. So it's going down 4 gallons every 3 minutes. So our equation is y equals -4/3 x plus 20. Okay, so here are two graphs, and I think you can do this primarily on your own. Remember that to write the equation in slope-intercept form, we need the slope of the line, we need the y-intercept of the line, and then you need to write the equation. So I want you to look at this graph, find m, the slope, find b, the y-intercept, and write the equation. Okay, so the slope of that line was 3. It's a positive slope, so it's a positive 3. The y-intercept was -2, so the equation is y equals 3x minus 2. All right, look at the second line, find m, find b, write the equation of the line. Okay, the slope of that line was negative. That's -2/3. The y-intercept was 1. It crosses the y-axis at 1, so the equation is y equals -2/3 x minus 1. Let's look briefly at our two special cases. The first one, this is a horizontal line. So remember, the slope of a horizontal line is 0. The y-intercept, this crosses the y-axis at 2, so b is 2. So we could plug this in and we could say y equals 0x plus 2. But would we write 0x? What's 0 times anything? It's 0, right? So 0 plus 2, we would just say y equals 2. Remember, a horizontal line is a special case. The y coordinate of every point on that line is 2, so we say y is 2. Okay, this is a vertical line. We cannot write a vertical line in slope-intercept form. Vertical lines are weird because they have undefined slope, right? Vertical lines always have the form x equals something. We look at this line. What's the x value, the x coordinate of everything on this line? It is -3. So this is the line x equals -3. Okay, so let's look at a situation. Christine is buying a picture package from Fabulous Photos. We want an equation in slope-intercept form for her total cost based on how many pictures she gets. Well, just like anything else, when we write the equation of the line, we need m and we need b. The initial value is usually pretty simple. We find it on the y-intercept, and in this case, b is 20. This place has a $20 flat fee, or sitting fee is usually what a photo place calls it. Now we need the slope, and here's where we have to be careful, because if you notice, we're not counting by ones. When we're in a real world situation, the scale will often be different. We have to pay attention to that. So I have this point. I find this point here. I draw my slope triangle, and I cannot just say 1, 2, 3 over 1, 2, 3, 4, because every line on the y-axis represents what? It represents 20. So this is 20, 40, 60. So that is 60 over every line on the x-axis. We're counting by 5. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, I would say 5, 10, 15, 20. So this is 60 over 20. My change in y is 60. My change in x is 20. 60 over 20 is 3, right? So m is 3, b is 20, so y equals 3x plus 20. She's paying $20 as a sitting fee. That's her flat fee. And then she's paying $3 per picture. Okay, so take what you saw here, see if you can apply it to this situation. This is someone driving home after fall break, and we want to write an equation for the distance he has left based on how many hours he's been driving. So you find the initial value, the rate of change, and write the equation of the line. Okay, so how'd you do? His initial value was 500 miles. That's how far he was from home. If you drew a slope triangle, it has negative slope. He's losing distance, right? He's getting closer to home. He went 100 miles in 2 hours, so he is losing 50 miles an hour in his distance from home. So y equals -50x plus 500. Okay, so what about a table? We need the same two things. We need the slope, we need the y-intercept, then we can write the equation, right? So remember, with slope, we can pick any 2 points. It does not matter which 2 points we choose. If I go from 4 to 7, that's +3. If I go from -4 to 0, that's +4. So change in y over change in x, my slope is 3/4. B is my y-intercept. The x value is 0, so I look through my table. There is my y-intercept. B is 7. So y equals 3/4 x plus 7. Okay, you look at the table over here. Be careful. There's something you need to pay attention to, and see if you can find m, b, and write the equation. All right. The slope was -4. The y-intercept was 8. There is a 0 down here, but that would be what? That would be the x-intercept. We want x to be 0 to find where it's on the y-axis. So y equals -4x plus 8. So this is the same here. If we've got two situations, we need to find the rate of change, we need to find the initial value, and we need to write the equation. So on this table, find the rate of change, find the initial value, write the equation. Okay, so how'd you do? This goes through the point 0, 0, so the initial value is 0. This is a stair stepping. This is exercise, right? When you haven't started exercising, you haven't burnt any calories from exercising, right? And then the rate of change, this is a little weird, but he burns 250 calories every 30 minutes. So that's 25 over 3. He's burning like 8 1/3 calories per minute, right? That's a little weird, but that's okay. We're just making an equation out of it, right? So y equals 25 thirds x. We would not write the plus 0. We could, but we don't have to. So this is what kind of relationship here? This is a proportional relationship. Okay? All right, one more. Jimmy is in charge of a game at the carnival and is handing out prizes. Here is how many games that have been played and how many prizes he has left. Notice he has fewer prizes as the night goes on. That makes sense, right? So you find the initial value, the rate of change, you write the equation of this situation. Okay, so this is another one where the rate of change is a little weird. It's negative. He's giving away prizes, right? So it would make sense that the rate of change is negative. He's giving away 15 prizes every 4 games. So let's just say somebody doesn't win anything, and then the next person does win more than one, wins about 4, whatever. So that's why the number's a little weird. But the rate of change is negative 15 fourths. He started with 200 prizes, right? That's the initial value. The x value is 0, so b is 200. So y equals negative 15 fourths x plus 200. All right, find m, find b, write the equation.